Raise your hand if you're listening. Oh, good, thanks. And I'm going to do that a lot today. You know, for some of you, you may not have had me on trips before. I'm Mr. Williams.
Yeah, I know. I think I have.
Okay, and maybe some of you I had in kindergarten, maybe some with the weird time of year because some of the animals are going underground, under ponds, and they're going to hibernate. They're going to sleep for the whole winter. Sometimes when I wake up, I think, oh, I'd like to sleep a little bit longer, but I don't want to sleep the whole winter because winter in Wisconsin can be fun. And I hope we do some field trips in the winter too, with snowshoes. That'd be circle around here.
Everybody form a circle.
Well, a half circle.
As best we can.
Half circle. As best we can without getting hit by the door.
We're going to go into that.
Sometimes you see things and you don't know they're clues even. If you're in the front, get down so those in the back can see. See how there's lots of leaves around here?
Yeah.
But right here there's not a lot of leaves?
That's a deer sleep.
Cool. You know deer, huh?
But there's
Exactly.
a scratch right there.
Yeah, there might be one here too.
Yeah,
It's
right
called
there.
a deer scrape.
Yep.
And
Right there.
the deer leave different signs. We're going to see another sign too, but one of the signs the deer communicate with is scrapes. So they move the leaves away, and then they go, usually there's a branch up above here too
So they
that they...
love that.
What's your name?
Abraham.
Abraham? Abraham and I are going to talk about the deer. And they leave a scent up here. And they communicate with odors. You know, they've got those big noses. And they can smell a lot of stuff. You were in second grade and you could read.
I want to go back on the bus.
Why? No, we're on the field trip. How about you put the...
Okay, boys and girls, come on back over here again. And raise your hand if you're listening. All right. I think that sign maybe used to be no dogs or something like that. I'm not even sure what that is.
I see it!
Go in there.
Go ahead, Vin.
No, Vinny, go to the house.
I've been there before.
Oh, that's pretty cool. You go in there?
It has welcome. I gotta go in more.
Warm. Put those in your
I
pocket.
got fear in there.
Oh, I've seen those.
Hi. Was I in it? I found the people's weapon box. I found the guardian's weapon. Not so here.
You know, you can tell the age of the tree
Oh yeah, because of the...
by the rings.
I found it.
And the thing about it too is when there's big rings like this, that means it's been a good growing season. So probably lots of sun and lots of water, good rain. And maybe as it gets further, I don't see, oh, maybe like right in there, maybe when it was very little, it looked like it might have been a tough year. Maybe not so much rain, not so much sun or something like that.
It looks like a big...
But the reason I stopped here, because I love looking under things. And there's kind of a rule, a nature rule, that when you move something, whether it's on the ground or in the water, you put it back. Because
an animal might live under it.
exactly, because something probably lives under it, even though we might not see it. And it's been cold, so we might not see anything underneath it today.
We might see bugs. Small bugs.
Oh, look, this has got holes.
That must be insect bugs. It must be
Well,
termites. Like a
insects
beehive.
have something to do with it.
Back,
Science
Eddie.
is-
Addison, go back.
In science, we try things, and if they don't work, we just keep trying. Let's see.
Oh! Centipedes! Little ants.
Roly-poliers?
There's centipedes! It's cute. Come on. Right when it's grown.
All right, we're going to put it back.
There's nothing there.
Look at that. Again, let me know what I was okay?
It's a yellow stick.
That's the way the tree is, too.
That's nature. Oh, wait. Have you ever seen a yellow stick?
Looks like an old rug. All right, if you're in the front, get down. Okay, so what is scat? Who? Yeah. So scat is one of my favorite clues because it can tell you what kind of an animal it is once you get to know it, and maybe what they've been eating, and maybe whether they're healthy or sick. So this one is deer scat because I can tell, see, it's got all little lumps in it. And it's different now than it was in the summertime. In the summertime, it was all like individual raisins.
Pebbles.
Like pebbles, yeah. And now it's painted together.
Look at this.
So in the summertime, I think the deer are eating things that are greener and juicier. And now they're eating twigs and dried leaves, and so their scat kind of sticks together. But you can still see the little segments of it. So scat is really a good clue.
The size of a pine cone.
Oh yeah.
I can't see.
You know what? You know what? They're pooping as they're walking along sometimes. They're just walking and pooping, walking and pooping.
My dog, somebody said move on, let's move on. Let's move on. Keep an eye out for any strays. Same day I saw a dead deer laying on the side.
I think that's just an old
Drum. It's an old tree. I know. It's a vine. It's Stando.
This is a vine. What kind?
It's a new slate. What vine?
A grapevine. And they say, and I've never tried this, that if you're if you're lost in the woods and for days and you're really hungry, if you can cut this, that the juice will come out and you can quench your thirst. But we're not going to do that now because
don't fall.
we're going to go under the road here. But here's the thing about that. It's so all right, let's go through.
Whoa! This is loud. Yeah. Yes. This is so loud. Cool. I found it. Look, they're going. People won't. Like, I don't know. Oh, I found it. Animals definitely came from this side. Look it. Oh. Look it. Something like this. Oh. Look it.
Oh yeah.
I found like a deer trap.
Yes.
I'm snakes. Is this some kind of pet or something? That's a I don't want to get out of here.
Rub it hard between your fingers and then smell it. I'll get lots more.
I know what it is.
Did you get the right one?
Just do it.
No, that's a different one.
Just do it one hand.
This kind here with the little.
Questions.
Who didn't get one?
I can get it. Smell it.
Block it.
Oh, smell it.
I like it.
Not go past smells so good. Smell like honey pizza.
You don't want us to wear those boots the rest of the day.
Anybody else like that one?
No.
It does smell
Yeah,
like
it's like mint.
You brought
You should taste mine.
Mom's got to get you some chapstick.
It's like mint.
You don't like it?
It smells so good.
Yep, that's true.
I think that was part of our sun's.
Well, it's a seed pod now, and it's a nice prairie flower. It's one of the good guys that you want to have in a flower in a prairie. It's called bergamot or bee balm, and it's got new, really nice flowers. All right.
Oh, it's so fluffy. Like a teddy bear. Cabbage.
You guys can see the water. So, what happens to water in the wintertime? Usually it freezes. This water doesn't freeze. And what does that mean? Okay, you're right. Oh, don't get that stuck up your nose. Okay. So, this water is a spring. Anybody know what a spring is? And it's not like a slinky spring. Yeah. Okay, that's part of it. There's more to it too. It seems kind of weird. But that's where, like Reedsburg, you know, it's got the big water tower. Well, they pump the water up into that water tower from underground. And the ground underwater here in Wisconsin is usually around 50.
I want to throw a stick in.
Okay.
I want to throw a stick in. I'm looking over the bridge.
Okay. So,
And it's winter home in here. And then in the springtime it would go out. And sometimes fishermen take these gulls and take the larva. Oh, there's one in here. And they call it a waxy, and they use it for bait.
Me and Dad do that.
Now stay there, and I'm going to get them out. First, I'll show you what it looks like inside after I put my knife away. Oh, we're lucky to find it the first time here. So it's right in the center, and it looks a little creamy.
Oh, gee. Oh. That looks like those eggs.
Is
I'm
that the
gonna
same
check
thing
my
as the
phone.
waxworms in the fishing store?
I didn't see it. We can buy those in the fishing store.
I wonder if it's
See it?
That's a far jump. Abraham, when you come up here, it's a far jump.
That's good. Nice.
okay, boys, I'm going to have you step back just a little bit to make room for the next people coming up.
Look at how far it is. Oh, that's
You could come
big.
behind me and stand.
Whoa. I see why they want to look now. This was Abraham.
Right, use your arms.
They don't want you falling down when you fall. That's why you can hold there.
Keep holding on. Don't let go.
Last
That's it. That's it. Good. Nice.
We'll go that way or that way still.
Good. All right, lean back and
Good
pull.
job.
Keep holding on. Keep holding on.
Come on, no
Good.
red.
Good.
Come on, Terrence.
Pull with your arms. That's it. Keep holding on.
It's very long.
Good. Nice. Keep holding on. Use your arms now. Lean back and pull with your arms. Pull with your arms. Keep holding on. That's it. That's it. Yeah. Yeah. Good. Okay. Lean back and pull with your arms. That's it. That's it. Yes. You did it. Keep going. Lean back. Pull. Lean back. Pull. Keep your arms. Good. Nice. Keep holding on. Don't let go.
Yeah, go on the other side of the rope.
Using your arms. Lean back. Lean back. Pull with your arms. Use your arms. Pull with your lean back. Lean back. Use your arms.
Guys,
Good. Nice. Lean back. Use your arms. Excellent.
we're playing tag. We're playing tag, everybody.
Lean back. Use your arms.
Oh yeah, how would you do it?
Way to go.
How would you do it?
That's it. Hold on. Use your arms. Good. Good. Use your arms. Lean back. Use your arms. Keep holding on. Good. Nice holding on.
Good job, Kate.
How much people are there now?
For me. That's it.
For me.
Good.
No, four
Good.
people.
Nolan.
Yeah.
A video.
Oh yeah. You want an interview with the family? Nope, you're going.
Use your arms. That's it. Good.
What?
Go, Mr. Stando!
Keep holding on. Don't let go. Umbrella, and there's no little gills underneath it. So this is called a puffball. And
Like a puffball. Yeah, puffball. Or like one of cheese balls.
like a cheese ball.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's like a puffball.
And when you
White cheddar.
open it, when it's just pretty fresh, it's white inside.
Just plain, huh?
And my general rule, if I
Probably
got a
just
general
soft. Like,
rule.
or we get to eat them?
Well, just a minute.
This is an important
Just a
part.
minute. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. If you don't know what you're doing, or if there's at all any doubt, you don't eat it when it's in the wild. If you're with your mom or dad and they know what they're doing, they know about mushrooms or other kinds of things you can eat, and there's lots of things you can eat. And right now we're talking about this. But you got to know what you're doing. Raw, and we're not going to, you'd have to peel it also too, you'd take the skin off. But see, when it's white like this, that's when it's edible. Again, we're not going to do it with mushrooms.
They can't hear you.
Okay, good.
I can't see.
I think it's mushroom. If you're in the front, get down. Get down a little bit. So the ones in back can see. I think this thing might be
What
just
is it?
a dead mushroom. But the reason I stopped here is look at this rock. And then look at the root. So I think the rock was here first. And then the tree started growing. And look at how it grows around the rock. Isn't it amazing how...
There's holes in it.
Yes, that tree grows around the rock and then it comes back down.
I'm like, no, we're not going to play that.
Wow.
Pretty
Whoa.
interesting.
That's it. Look at that.
Sometimes I like to look under the rock. But here's the rule about that. Anytime you move something, you have to put it back. So, and also when we move something, we want to make sure we're not going to roll over on anybody. And it looks like if I put, does it look, maybe I could put it this way. I'm gonna move this way.
Come and look.
There's a worm. Oh, there's a worm.
There's a water wall. Ew!
Right, now I'm going to move this one.
Everybody back.
Wait, I'm going to move it this way so you can see. Let's see, is it clear? Oh, yep. Clear this way. Right. Let's look underneath.
There's worms! No, what are these things? Yes. There's a beetle!
Wait, let's see. What is that?
Let me see. Can I see? That's a hole right there. Oh, that's a hole. Wow, there's a baby mushroom.
You know what?
Baby mushroom. Mr. Williams, look at the mushroom.
Where?
You guys are covering it.
I'm covering it? Where's the mushroom? I think.
Right there.
Oh, yeah, little bitty one. Oh, and there's some more.
Spiders. I can't see.
If you have already had a chance to see, move back so other people can see.
Mr. Williams!
What? He doesn't hurt anybody.
You see the spider?
He won't hurt. You know what I think this is? I think maybe this is salamander. No,
There's a
we're gonna
finger
leave
point
it.
on the floor. Mr. Williams.
Oh, look at the little mushrooms here.
This must look like for my
All right, I'm going to put this back gently so we don't smash the little guy. Oh, good. Thank you for putting that one back. You know what?
Whoa, look at the other side.
It's the dirt. That's a little mushroom.
Yeah, look. Where?
Oh, my gosh.
Guys, what about this?
Yeah.
That's that.
Okay.
There's something under it.
All right. This will be the last one. Then we're going to walk again. Oh, look at eggs.
Eggs! I can't see. That pencil see, Madeline. I can't see.
Don't touch
I
them. We're
can't
going to
see either.
If you're in the front, get down so people behind you can see.
move back
I
a little
can't
bit.
see.
How about over
Art,
here?
guys, get down. I can't see. They're right there.
Yeah, look at that.
What kind of eggs are those?
I don't know. I've never seen any like that.
Boys and girls, stop!
Look at them and see if there's any holes in them. This one's got a little hole in it. And you know what that means? That's a flume. That means that at one time there was a bug that lived in there, and now he doesn't live in there anymore. He crawled out.
Sometimes I stomp on
Let's see. And if I take the shell off,
Kendrick, come down here so you can see.
oh, look at there's another hole. The bug was inside there.
Boys and girls, come down here. Come down here.
All right, so there's the nut. And it's also, it's not only a nut, it's a seed.
Yes, they can actually grow.
Because if we would plant that,
It would turn into a nut tree.
it would grow into a...
An oak tree! An oak tree.
What's the real name for an acorn tree?
Oh.
An oak. Right. Oh, look at. See, inside it's rotten. That means the bug was eating the nut. He was living on the nut, the acorn.
He ate it.
He was eating it. And these parts of it, not the whole thing.
Now he's living in our house.
Cool. All right, walk behind me. And so the president at that time made an organization that people would work in the state parks and they'd make trails and they'd get paid for it. So they were carrying these rocks and putting cement in and they made all these steps and then people were doing better again. That was pretty nice back then, huh?
Boys and girls, I want you.
Tree like that that's broken like
It's
that.
just like it's really on another tree.
Yeah.
That tree is broken. It fell over.
Oh, hey guys. You know, sometimes I try to tell you the real things, but sometimes I use my imagination. Here's what I'm imagining, folks. I'm imagining that a couple of Bigfoots. Is that the way you say it, or is it big feet?
Bigfoot.
Bigfoots. The Bigfoot family came and grabbed that tree and just lifted it up and broke it and then put it down again. What do you think?
Yeah.
I don't know. All the state parks have a reason why they're state parks. And maybe some of the state parks have more than one reason. So Devil's Lake, it's the lake and the rocks and the view. So just take a minute here and stay still. Stay quiet.
Kendrick, stay up here. Up here.
We're going to stop at a couple places like this. Just look at the leaves blowing.
No, Harvey.
And look at the cliff out there too.
You guys need to come over here. Avery, Harvey, up this way. The rocks are slippery. You need to come down here.
Oh no, you can't go. Here's something I want you to notice. See these rocks here?
Yeah.
Most of them are just great big rocks. And they're piled on top of each other. We're going to see some other rocks coming up. Just wait, And when we get to the cave, not everybody goes into it at the same time because it's kind of small.
And it's spooky.
Just a minute. Just a minute.
Guys, let's listen to Mr. Williams.
Let's see, I think I'm going to pick the ones that are saying, I want to go first, I want to go first. They're going to be last. Remember when I told you about the rock back there? Big rocks?
Yeah.
All right, look it up here.
Whoa!
But the thing I want you to look at is there are little rocks inside the big rocks. And that's different. If you're asking, can I have it, you're not going to get it right away. When you get it, check and make sure that it, press the button and see if it lights. And I'm going to pick out,
Jensen, stop.
I think, 4 people first. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you. That's
4.
Thank you.
Okay, you 4 with the lights can go up there.
Okay.
And look in, and then come back, and I'll pick out the next.
Mr. Williams.
Hey, Lexi, get it! It's not a dead end.
Are you coming down? Go this way to get up here.
Where are you going? We got other friends that are waiting. Over here. Are you coming now? No, I don't want your flashlight. You hold on to that. Give me your hand.
Me too. I think I should.
We're not jumping.
Oh, there's literally a spider. Yeah, there's literally a spider left in there. I want to see
Go to
it.
You can step down.
No, we want to be
Miss Kraemer.
nice to nature.
Come help her.
I'm going to be nice to nature. Really?
You don't need to.
Okay, nothing's wrong.
It's okay.
You gotta step down.
Let's have a turn.
Okay, Kenzie, we have to let other people. Really, Jimmy Joe? Calm me down. Kenzie, just stand back here. Luna, what? I'm going to done? Did you look? No.
You don't want to look? Okay.
I can't find it. I just.
Where are you going? You already had a turn. Kendra.
Like all the way in there. Get out.
Sweet Joe, you have to go. You had a turn. Adeline, did you already have a turn?
I never played.
You did. You
Mr. Williams, can we just come
No. We'll see.
Here. Take your flashlight. Look.
Oh, yeah.
You guys will need a flashlight.
Oh, yeah? To go in there?
Yeah. Does it wiggly walk like here?
As we have found out, the rocks are slippery, right?
Yeah.
So we need to make sure we are walking nicely and we are behind Mr. Williams.
Awesome, the view.
Look at the view. Mr. Williams, I saw some holes in that rock right there.
Yeah. I think that's called Elephant Rock.
Elephant.
Elephant Rock right there. That big one.
Oh yeah, that is one.
That?
If you turn around, it kind of looks like an elephant.
Oh yeah, it does.
Look at the big rocks right there.
Well, we shouldn't tip over. Miss Kraemer, be careful, please.
I'll be careful.
Because you're my favorite team.
I will be careful.
I can see a house.
All right, boys and girls. Everybody right around here.
Okay, let's not climb up on the rocks. Though.
Raise your hand if you're listening. Raise your other hand if you're still. When you get back to school, maybe you can draw some pictures or write some stories about the cave or the rocks or the lake or the trees.
Or
I hear-
cats or dogs. Recess after.
Oh yeah. Well, sometime. Maybe for homework on the weekend. But when you were, I'm hearing lots of things like, oh, wow. Things that are pretty impressive.
I take my gloves off
All right, we're going to go down slowly
Mr. Williams is going
behind
to
me.
lead.
Yeah.
Let's
So look this way. On three. One, oh, watch your feet down.
Yeah,
Take a look. Oh, get the feet out of the way. It attaches to first grade girls' gloves
Jimmy Joe, come over and see what Mr.
and
Williams is
to
showing
boys'
you.
hats and anything. These are seeds.
Yeah, we have sticky gloves. Mr.
Yeah.
Williams, can we go there?
Here's what we're going to do.
Can we look at the map first?
Let's listen.
Map's right there.
Okay, see that big tree right? Come back. You don't have to know. I'm trying to slow them down so they're not always running in front of me. I don't think it's going to work though.
Nothing will work.
Where's the town?
Are you tired yet?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Easy one.
No.
All right, let's stay on the grass. Don't run
It's Harvey. On the ground.
I think it's
Jimmy Joe,
story
keep your
time.
feet to yourself. Put your feet in or you're going to the bus.
I need lunchtime. Me too. I need
Right here. Sit down.
I don't want to buy me.
Well then
Kendrick,
move.
get up. Get up, Kendrick. Stand up.
When I was in kindergarten, you taught us how to make flowers.
Some trolls and about a girl that was a little bit older than you and a dog. But I forget the girl's name.
No, the three little belly goats.
Listen, Carter.
How about, is anybody here named Danielle?
Yeah.
No? Okay, we're going to name the girl Danielle. But I need a good name for her dog.
Dinley.
What? What? Clayton? Okay, Clayton is the dog, Danielle is the girl. And they live in a country way up north, Norway. And she was one day going to go out skiing. But first she had to climb the mountain. And so Danielle and Clayton were best friends, the girl and her dog. And they were walking up the mountain and getting close to the woods. Is this a real story or a fairy tale?
Real.
This is a fairy tale, because they're not really trolls, but this was a good story. So she got a little ways into the woods, and the dog Clayton was running ahead, and all of a sudden Clayton disappeared. And she called, Clayton, Clayton! And then a troll came out, and the troll was holding Clayton. And the girl said, give me my dog back. She was very assertive about it. Get the dog back. Now the girl was very smart. And she had a nice pair of gloves on, like some of you have gloves. And she said, you know what? Your hands look awful cold, Mr. Troll. How would you like a pair of gloves? He looked at his hands and said, oh, yeah, me hands cold. I would like gloves. And she said, well, I'll trade you a pair of gloves for my dog. And he looked at the dog. Looked at his hand. Said, yeah, good idea. So what you been doing so far today?
We hiked up a hill, a really high hill, and we had to have a flashlight, turn the flash on, and I saw 10 spiders. Me too. In the cave.
Were they big spiders?
Well, they were that big, but there was wasps. And then I was like, nope, I'm getting out of here. Whoa. Me too.
And how about you two?
And then we went across down there, and then we went down, and then we went across, and then we saw the lake, and then we saw an elephant rock.
An elephant rock?
And also saw the water.
Wow. Cool. We just finished lunch at Haskins Park, and now it's time for play. This is one of the greatest zip lines ever. It's so nice and long. This kind of shovel always attracts kids. There's some climbing things here.
Let's go to the
hand over hand. Sunny day but windy. Little bit cool, but okay.